From inside Ralph Engelstad Arena, it's time for North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry. I'm your host, Dan Hammer. On tonight's show, the coach will walk us through the highlights as his team impressively swept Denver in NCHC play this past weekend. Cam Johnson has settled in nicely in the nets as he returns from his injury. And we'll preview North Dakota's date at Minnesota Duluth this upcoming weekend. Well, it was a very strong 120 minutes for your team this past weekend, Coach, and welcome back. Good to be back with you as you sweep Denver 5-1 and 4-0. A lot of good things came out of this weekend for your team.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought our guys played pretty well throughout the weekend. Obviously, Friday was a big game for us to get off to a great start, but I think even more impressive and what we're happy with is having a total 60-minute game on Saturday to close the weekend out. Defensively,
Saturday night's game, as well as you've played defensively in 60 minutes in a game this year, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that not only the goaltending and the defense, but the forwards, as far as how they played away from the puck, had a lot to do with that. And, that's very encouraging because always coming off a win Friday night, the other team presses harder and pushes back, and we push back hard too.
And how your forwards played away from the puck defensively was a key talking point for you coming into this series, was it not?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the biggest thing is, we have some skilled players up front, and, obviously with the puck, they're pretty dynamic and hardworking, and it's a mindset of us as a team as far as playing away from the puck and wanting to get the puck back, and I thought the guys did a great job this weekend.
With the 2 wins this weekend, North Dakota now in sole possession of first place in the NCHC. We'll take a look at the highlights next.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Engelstad Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back. North Dakota and Denver resuming a rivalry as the rivalry has blossomed here over the last 8-9 years. Coach, let's take a look at the highlights from Friday night, the 271st meeting between these two hockey programs, a series dating back to 1950. Combined, the two programs winning 14 national championships, so always good stuff here when you get together. And there was some, I think, 3 early key signs for your hockey team on Friday night. One of them, active sticks.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, a good neutral zone coverage, and opportunities coming in our end of the rink. We had sticks on pucks right away.
Yeah, and also the transition game. Thought you were really getting through neutral ice and into the attack zone well.
Playing fast and making pucks go north. Obviously it's a big deal for us as far as trying to get on the attack, and our guys did a good job of moving pucks north.
There's the Schmaltz-Besser-Kajula line attacking and also winning puck battles like you did against the far wall here, Troy Stetcher, and then sets up an Austin Pagansky opportunity.
Yeah, playing quick on the walls and making sure that we're aggressive down low, and good offense comes from good defense.
You had 3 power play opportunities in the first period. What did you find encouraging about the opportunities, even though you didn't score a goal at this point?
Our support, obviously our middleman under pressure, being good support, our middleman there. I think shot first mentality of getting pucks to the net right away, not hanging on to pucks a lot. And our retrievals were very good as far as trying to get a puck back after those initial shots.
And you were doing a good job of possessing the zone, keeping possession. You made a lot of good plays, saving pucks.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, downhill attack you're seeing here with Nick, and making a good play to the middle, but now trying to get a puck back and having another opportunity to get a shot on net.
This game scoreless here at this point of the game, Coach. Your penalty kill was really good all weekend long.
Yeah, it was. Obviously the biggest thing is getting out shooting lanes. You see right here Nick Schmaltz, who's been a great penalty killer for us, giving up his body, and now we're going on the offense, getting an offensive opportunity off of playing good defense.
And it wouldn't be a game without Nick Schmaltz hitting a crossbar or a post, right?
Man, oh man, yeah. That's,
unreal.
Game after game.
I guess so. Scoreless after the first period. Then in the second period, a quick answer for your team after Denver got the opening goal of the game.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good transition here, going D to D, wide side pass here, and then that's Drake Staple right there. Pull, shoot, and release. Great execution by Drake.
Yeah, and this came just to 26 seconds after Denver had opened the game. You talk about the wide pass here. Paul Ledoux sets up Kajula, and when Kajula gets it in this shooting zone, he's pretty difficult to stop.
Yeah, he is. And again, we always preach too, if you can't beat a defender and he's backing up, try to shoot through him. Try to shoot through the screen, and did a good job of getting the puck on net there.
Heck of a move there by Kajula with his stick.
Yeah, curl dragged, brought it in, and changed the angle of the shot for the goaltender.
Tied at 1, you stay then on the upside of momentum. Less than 3 minutes later, you go to work in the power play here, and Austin Pagansky is going to get in the business.
Absolutely. Quick puck movement. You see the quick support, the quick execution there, and again, no goal is scored unless you have great net front, and Austin did a great job of tipping a puck here.
And Paul Ledoux made a great play prior to this shot to preserve the puck to Luke Johnson.
He knocked the puck out of the air, saved it clear, going down the ice, had some more zone time, and we scored a goal off it.
Pagansky breaks a 13-game goal-scoring drought with that. The big line taking advantage of turnovers again here, Coach.
Yeah, and you talk about active quick sticks. Here you go again and again off a turnover, and Brock does a good job of a mindset going to the net and putting it top shelf.
The hands right here, oh my goodness, the hands of Brock Besser, phenomenal.
Yeah, quick, strong hands, and again, you can't give those guys opportunities like that because they can put it away.
Yeah, he beats Evan Cowley short side and top shelf in deep, so it's 3-1 now. You're really rolling. Let's go back to the penalty kill because you did so many good things within your penalty kill system over the weekend. You were blocking shots. You were really doing a lot of good things.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is giving up our bodies, like you see there. Shane does a great job of blocking the shot there, but also taking away passing lanes too, making sure they don't go through the box on passing lanes.
And Nick Schmaltz again with another steal in the penalty kill, setting up opportunity. And then Troy Stetcher, the penalty kill master. I mean, look at this effort here, Coach.
Yeah, again, relentless. I think that's the one word you use for him is relentless. And you know, he brings us mindset. You know, all our guys are like this, but again, just that never give up attitude.
Yeah, without a doubt. So you're in good shape here. On the lighter side of the arena on Friday night. Now, I personally will admit I am not a good dancer, and I don't know if you have the moves like this particular fan in the building this weekend.
No, I do not. But I'll tell you one thing: this whole weekend, the crowd was in great support and loud. And you know what? Our student section has never been better. And again, it's a big result of our success.
All right, let's go to the third period here now, Coach. In a key 33-second stretch in the third period, and it starts with Cam Johnson making a couple of saves.
Yep, again, Cam had to be tested here, and he answered the bell right away, and he kept us in the game. This was a key point in the game where he made those saves, and again, we fed off it.
You did feed off it, as Quentin Shore had a couple of looks here inside on Johnson, and then just seconds later, you're going to build on the lead. So Denver scores there, it's 3-2. Yep. It's 3-1 now. Keaton Thompson turns it over, gets it back, starts up the play for the goal that makes it 4-1.
Yeah, good stick there, defending in front of our net. Good transition coming up the ice, and again, great shot to make a goal there, and obviously you see that a lot with Brock.
Well, this goal compared to his first, Besser had a little more time. He could really pick his spot.
Yeah, he can. Obviously, he has a great shot, great release, but I think it all starts in the defensive zone and making good plays.
Yeah, which Keaton Thompson did. He made a good play, stealing the puck, get it going, and again, Besser here, his second of the night, and that's a laser.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a quick shot, and again, he's a dynamic player, and again, great to see.
Yeah, he and his other two line mates, Nick Schmaltz, Drake Kajula, another big night, 4 goals and 6 points on the night here.
Yep, again, keeping their feet moving, keeping their bodies moving, and again, just a great play by Drake here to keep the puck alive, and great bounce, fortuitous bounce off the boards, but again, you have to get the puck to the net, and he did.
There you go, and Nick Schmaltz definitely got a piece of this. On the naked eye to begin with, I thought it was Thompson's goal, but on the replay, as we had, it clearly showed Schmaltz getting a piece of it and redirecting it.
Yeah, being around the net.
And then it just made a lively bounce off the end wall and got behind Cowley.
Yeah, and again, like I said, our D-men interchanging up top, finding a lane. Even though it didn't get to the net, we bounced it off the yellow, and again, good job of having net front presence.
And Cam Johnson really looks confident these days, Coach.
Yeah, he does. It's great to see him take a step, especially after his injury coming back, and it's nice to have him playing at home here. He went on the road to Michigan State, did well. Nice to have him at home playing well here.
Without a doubt, a 5-1 win to open the series on Friday night. Here's what your players were reflecting on after the game.
It was a good play by Kaj to get up to me. I was really looking for Schmally there, but they took him away, so I shot it. And I just think it was a big turning point in the game. I think the next shift we got another goal there, so I think that really made us dominate the play there.
I felt great. I had a few in the beginning of the season, and I was on a little drought there, and just the tap went in. Good deflection with a great shot by Dewey. I get the monkey off my back now, hopefully.
Anytime you can get secondary scoring, it's perfect for your team. You can't be a one-line team ever. No team can do that, and for other guys to start chipping in, it's great.
We had a lot of active sticks. I thought defensively we really got in shooting lanes and quick to pucks, so they didn't really have much option to go to the net with it.
Coming up next, Denver would get 2 key players back in its lineup on Saturday, and we'll take a look at Saturday's highlights next.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back. North Dakota going for the sweep, hosting Denver on Saturday night on the back end of this two-game NCHC series. Coach, let's take a look at the highlights here. And Denver would get Gabe Levin back in the lineup and, more importantly, Will Butcher. So you knew they would be a different team on Saturday night, and yet your start in the first period didn't allow them to get any kind of momentum.
No, two very good players in their own right, but I thought right away when the puck was dropped, shift after shift, we came at them, and that was very important for our start on Saturday here.
You were buzzing them big time in the first period. 19 shots on goal in the first period, 34 shots attempted, and of those 34 shots attempted, 22 were below the dots.
Yeah, again, that's having a mindset of getting the pucks to the net. And, we didn't come away with a lot of success in scoring goals, but we played the right way in the first period.
Without a doubt. So you're controlling the game here from a territorial advantage point, and also shots on goal in the opening period. And then in the final seconds of the period, you're killing off Denver's third power play. Another great period for your penalty kill, and you'll get a goal here from Austin Pagansky.
Yeah, I thought it all got set up by Luke Johnson. Obviously,
no doubt.
His pressure moving up the ice here, separating the puck, and then the wherewithal of Austin going in, knowing there's not a lot of time left, and with the ice being the way it is late in the period, he did a great job of executing.
Yeah, that came with 0.6 of a second left in the period. And you mentioned Luke Johnson. He did make the key play, and it'll come right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to clear a puck, but look at his relentlessness on the puck and separated the man from the puck. And obviously Austin, a great job. Instead of just putting it in the pads and letting the period run out, he knows how much time is left and execute it.
That was a huge momentum play for you going through the period break.
Well, yeah, absolutely, because I thought we took 3 penalties to that point, and again, it was kind of a great pushback statement.
Your penalty kill, another great night for your penalty kill. You limited Denver to just 2 shots on goal in 10 minutes of power play.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think a lot of time was taking away time and space, and then obviously rattling around down in their end of the rink, taking away time off the clock.
Yeah, you continued with the pressure in the second period. Not as many shots on goal, but you still were owning the momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we didn't have a goal until later in the period, but I thought we did a lot of good job getting pucks to the net.
All right, Austin Pagansky. We've talked about secondary scoring here the last couple of weekends, and he was a big part of it this weekend.
Yeah, he was. Again, I know things haven't been coming easy for him as far as scoring and getting the points, but he's been doing the right things, and it's great to see him have success and getting back on the board here.
And it'll be a Pagansky power play goal that gives you a 2-0 lead coming up here.
Yep, again, good puck movement here, moving pucks around, getting the pucks back to the top. And there's that play Paul making there to keep the puck alive, back to the middle man, up to the top. Great movement, and then in shot. Tucker Pullman's hard blast, but again, great net front, and Austin gets a piece of it.
And this was your second power play unit, which was did a good job this weekend too, don't you think?
Absolutely. You know what? They created offense, they scored goals, and it's nice to have 2 units going instead of just going to 1 unit and then getting keyed on 2 good units of production.
Nick Schmaltz, many times when we watch his highlights, we see him assisting goals or scoring goals, but he's doing so many good things away from the puck to win pucks here.
Yeah, absolutely. Here you can see him pulling up a little bit, make great move here, and puts him off the pipe here.
And again, forcing turnovers here at center ice.
Yep. Again, creating separation here. Gets hooked a little bit, but doesn't stop him from getting in the offensive zone.
A penalty called on Denver there, so we go to the third period here now, and Cam Johnson not seeing a lot of pucks in front of him because such a good team defensive effort by your squad on Saturday night.
Yep, but he still had to stay in the game. He was called on in the third to make a couple of good saves. Their D-men were jumping a little bit, and this one goes off the pipe or goes wide, but he had to make a great save on it initially.
All right, then we see Nick Schmaltz coming up with another one of his plays, tracking through the neutral zone, stealing a puck, and leading to a great play by Brock Besser here, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, Brock seeing he's in the offensive zone, he dives to create us onside, and again, they challenged it, but great play by Brock, but initially by Nick separating the puck there.
And great awareness by Brock Besser. Not only to lay out his body, but to lay it out parallel along the blue line.
Absolutely, getting over the blue line. And again, there's that curl-up shot again, or that drag and shoot that Drake does so great.
So it's 3-0 at this point, and then just 27 seconds later, Schmaltz and Tucker Pullman are going to make a couple of good plays to set up another Brock Besser goal.
Yeah, again, starts with good defense, taking away a passing lane and moving, transitioning a puck, and again, pull and drag and change the direction for the goaltender to see the puck, and Brock makes a nice play.
Yeah, really good play by Tucker Pullman,
yep.
who got a lot on his backhand pass to Besser to send Besser in.
Yeah, I thought Tucker had a really good weekend in the fact of moving pucks and playing strong, and there it is. You can see him just move a puck and have the patience and wherewithal to make that play. 2
good weekends back-to-back for Tucker Pullman, would you say?
Absolutely. I think he's starting to feel comfortable now after the injury he had, and and he's getting a lot of confidence.
You did so much of what you're going to see coming up next year, and you're skilled guys, racing after pucks, winning pucks, creating opportunities.
Yep, it's a mindset, and it's not just one or two players, it's the whole team, and we have to have that to keep having success here.
4-0 the final, the stick salute as you sweep a home series here, and Cam Johnson leads it off in our post-game conversation on the strength of his first career shutout.
I think the guys made my job really easy there, so that was nice of them. Not too many difficult shots tonight. So, just making the saves, making the easy saves, and staying confident back there was key tonight.
We just did a really good job of pouring back to the house and just keeping tight in our D zone and making simple plays to get it out because they got a lot of skill offensively, and we just limited their chances and played a solid game.
One of the best overall defensive weekends of the season, would you say?
Yeah, for sure. I thought our D did a really good job of just getting pucks north really quick, and Cam made timely saves, and it was just a really good defensive effort.
Throughout the week of practice, really emphasized on back pressure and holding the blue line and red line, and I think that really paid off a lot of turnovers and allowing them least amount of shots as possible.
Hey, how about the play Johnson made on your shorty?
Oh yeah, that was great. It was I think he blocked the shot or pressured the guy really hard and then chipped it up to me, so it was a great play by Johnny there.
It's a big weekend for a hockey team. You talk about being great every single morning. You wake up and you expect greatness out of our hockey team, and Brad preaches that to us, and it's another thing to go out there and do it. So I think today we were great in all three zones.
An impressive sweep for your team, Coach, this weekend. When we come back, we'll show you the sparkling numbers of Cam Johnson since his return and an update on the CBS line.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Coach, you limit Denver to 1 goal over 2 nights. Obviously, a great team defensive effort. But Cam Johnson, since coming back, has been really good. A .75 goals against average and a save percentage of 97% since he came back.
Well, I think there's a couple things that go into it. Obviously, Cam being hungry and being focused and detailed when he comes into the lineup and ready to go. But the other part is the guy that works with him, Carl Gehring. He does such a tremendous job with our goaltenders from the past and in the present here right now. So a lot of things going on with Cam.
Yeah. This season, what have been some of the emphasis points between Carl and Cam?
Well, I think just the sharpness of focus, the preparation side of it. When you got guys like Zane McIntyre that handle the load and the way that he approached his days leading up to games and game days, I think that's a big deal as a preparation side. Cam is very focused and detailed in that regard. And then the other thing too is on the ice as far as rebound control, puck handling, different things like that. Those are things that he works on a daily basis. And to have a guy like Carl around here, that's invaluable.
No doubt about it. Schmaltz, Kajula Besser, another big weekend, 10-point weekend. Nick leads the nation in plus-minus at +28. Kajula's second in the nation at +26. I know you love their goals and assists, but again, that plus-minus numbers that the three are putting together is phenomenal.
Well, exactly. And the biggest thing for me, and knowing from college and pro hockey, is that when you're putting up numbers like that, you're going to get attention from other lines of trying to shut down. They're still playing the right way. They're playing hard through checks. They're playing hard away from the puck, and they're defending well. And that, for me, that's the biggest thing, is playing a two-way game.
All right, you're headed to Duluth this weekend. The Bulldogs are playing much better recently, and we'll preview that series coming up next.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Barry on Midco Sports Network is presented by RydellCars.com, Sue Shop at Ralph Ingolstadt Arena, and Hot Spring Spas and Pool Tables too.
Welcome back. North Dakota headed to Duluth this weekend, 2-game series against the Bulldogs, and Scott Sandelin's team has turned the corner here, Coach. They're playing really good, 4 wins, no losses, and a tie in its last 5 games.
Yeah, they've been playing good hockey, but again, it's no surprise. I mean, they're a good team every year. They have a lot of depth. They have their forward group is very offensive. They've got a lot of depth on the back end, very good players, and they're getting goaltending. So again, it's no surprise. And again, we're going to have to be ready and make sure that we play our A game against them.
And you talk about their depth at forward. They've scored 23 goals here in the last 4 games. So those guys probably got a little confidence.
Yeah, they do. They do, and obviously they have confidence, and we do too here a little bit. So again, we got to make sure that it's the last weekend before the Christmas holidays. We got to make sure our guys are focused and dialed in before the break comes.
Heck of a goaltending matchup here. Gam Johnson's playing great. Casimir Kaskasuo is having a good season again this year.
Yeah, he is. Again, was a rookie last year, a freshman coming in a sophomore year, having a good start. And again, it makes up for a good matchup in Duluth, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of fans in Duluth.
Your emphasis points this week will be what?
You know, playing with consistency, playing the way we have. You know, like we've done a good job to start the first half. We want to make sure that no complacency gets in our game here before the break, and we want to make sure that we end the first half on a good note.
All right, Coach, good luck this weekend in Duluth. We'll recap the series next week here on the show. And you'll be able to see both games live on Midco Sports Network this weekend, North Dakota and Duluth. It should be a very entertaining weekend, 7 o'clock Friday night and 7 o'clock Saturday night on Midco Sports Network. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.